Manistee County is debating a massive public safety merger, but behind closed doors, it's an absolute political firestorm.
Is this really a strategic safety plan for the future, or just a convenient cover for an internal crisis? The city's official pitch? They want a new regional authority to totally modernize local emergency services. Officials say an overhaul is a must, mostly because a whopping 80% of calls are strictly medical. The plan merges 4 departments, asking neighboring townships like Onekama to help fund 25 full-time staffers. But wait, a whistleblower audit from a retired fire chief exposes a drastically different reality behind the scenes. That audit highlights a dangerous drop in city fire staff, plummeting from 8 to just 5 in 1 year. Whistleblowers claim this wasn't just planned budgetary attrition, it was actually an exodus driven by a highly toxic environment. The pushback really centers on national fire safety standards, specifically debating which response rules should actually apply here. The audit claims applying big city standards to rural towns artificially manufactures a failure just to force this massive expansion. Plus, they point out a pretty glaring stat. Only 2% of last year's calls were actually fires. Meanwhile, a local agency called Mobile Medical Response is pitching a totally different alternative for the 911 system. They argue that counties should just prioritize dispatch efficiency using existing resources rather than creating expensive new tax burdens. Citizens worry siphoning calls away might bankrupt NMR, which already provides 80% of county EMS essentially for free. Inside city council meetings, frustration is boiling over. Critics claim these massive decisions are being driven purely by emotion. Skeptical residents are openly asking, is this whole thing just a scheme to make townships fund the city's department? Meanwhile, city leaders admit their budget is brutally tight, forcing them to scrutinize massive, unavoidable public safety personnel costs. Will townships pay up, or will the system fracture? What exactly is the future of Manistee's 911 public safety?